Hi, my loves. Welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Vanessa, Vani for short. And on this channel, I'm documenting my Amazon journey, sharing my tips, tricks, and lessons I've learned along the way. Now, in today's video, we have a special guest. His name is Sammy. Hi, Sammy.
Hi Vanessa, how are you doing?
Good, I'm good. If you can just go ahead and introduce yourself for my followers.
Quick introduction about me. My name is Sammy. I started as an Amazon seller on the year 2017 when all this was starting out.
Mhm.
So I scaled my brand for and 1.5 year to $600,000. Then exited that brand. So I was in the second year of my college. I had to start this business because I had a very tragic moment in my life. My father had an accident and he passed away. So
Oh,
all the responsibility of my sister and my mother came into my head. So I had to do something, and Amazon FB seemed a good option for me. So I started with the college semester fees. First 2 3 products were not good. It was complete failure. Started the third product, which was really good. The third product was a pot and pan rack. Okay,
oh,
so
okay.
it went really good.
Mhm.
And from there, we started that brand. I exited that brand. Right now, my partner handles that brand. I am out of it.
Mhm.
Then we got a lot of requests about how you are doing it, because I was doing the same thing that you were doing right now on your channel. I used to show them how much sales I am doing, what strategies I'm using,
Mhm.
how much profits, all sorts of things. And slowly people started to reach out to me that what you are doing, why not do it for me or for us? Then
Mhm.
we started our agency. Now here we are. We are a full service Amazon advertising agency, managing 60 plus global brands with 35 plus team members. And here we are right now.
Wow. That's awesome. That's such a success story. I love it. So I did have a few questions because, as you know, I started off as FBM and now I'm transitioning into FBA. So if you can just answer some of my questions, hopefully, it helps, some of my followers. So
Yeah.
how would I create a brand on Amazon?
I'll start with the example here. So we were doing a research about a new product. We were meant to launch a new product,
Mhm.
and we were doing a research in helium 10 black box. So
Okay.
we found that there is a product that the keyword was ultra soft toothbrush. Now
Okay.
we all are familiar with normal toothbrush, right?
Mhm.
Colgate, Sensodyne, all those sell those toothbrush. Now what caught our eyes was that product was a non-branded product. By non-brand, I mean the brand is not famous at all,
Mhm.
and it was getting really high amount of sale. Then what we did, okay, we took that product. The different thing about that product was the toothbrush was using bristles, which was very soft, same
Mhm.
as the paintbrush that we use in our normal painting, okay, in the
Mhm.
art drawing classes. That brush, kind of that the bristle was so soft. Then we did a little bit more research. We found the keywords. The keywords like this: ultra soft toothbrush, ultra soft toothbrush for bleeding gums, ultra soft toothbrush for soft gums. Now, from that product idea, we identified that okay, there is a problem in the market, and that is the only reason that product was getting so much sales. The problem was catered towards people with bleeding gum, people with soft gums. Now we know the problem. We did our next research. We tried to find out who is the right audience for this product, whom we are going to sell. Then we figured out that people who are suffering from high blood sugar level, who are diabetic, they have this problem of bleeding gums and soft gums. So now we know exact audience of our product. So
Yes.
now we started to cater our all content around that particular audience. And what was happening was, now we know that okay, this is our audience group that we are going to sell our product. And from there we got to find our next products, that is tooth I think floss. Then
Okay.
we also identified that okay, we can also sell organic toothpaste as well. So
Yeah.
now you see that we are serving one particular customer with multiple products. So that
Yeah.
is how I think everyone can start a brand.
That's awesome. So my next question would be, how can we build brand loyalty among the Amazon customers?
Yeah. So I think coming on and continuing on that, let's assume we are in a seminar or conference, right? And there's
Mm-hmm.
a speaker. and we have thousands of people who are sitting in the audience listening to the speaker. The speaker is a really famous speaker. Let's assume Tony Robbins,
Okay.
and you are there as an audience, and Tony Robbins goes on the stage and asks, "Hello, everyone. Please welcome Vanessa here. She is joining from Florida today." Okay.
Mhm.
How welcoming you would feel, and I'm sure you will be really happy because such a famous guest is introducing you to the rest of the audience, right?
Yeah,
So the same
acknowledge.
thing happens, yeah. So the
Mhm.
same thing happens in this as well. Now you know that there are customers who knows that there are brands like Colgate, Sensodyne, and
Mhm.
Colgate and Sensodyne. They're talking to a broader audience. They're talking to everyone, right? There's no specific audience they're talking to. When there is a second brand who is talking to those person who are diabetic, now that diabetic patient or the person knows that okay, there is one brand who is only talking to me,
Mhm.
whereas there are other brands who are talking to everyone. So he
Everyone.
feels very special, and whenever he feels special, his trust and loyalty increases for that brand. Now after he buys the first product, he comes back to buy the second product, third product, fourth product, and that is how I think you build a strong brand loyalty, and that also leads up to a huge average order value that you can get from a customer, and lifetime value will be really high.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. That example was on point. So my next question would be, what brand elements can we add to our Amazon, product listing?
Yeah, I think when we talk about product listing, CTR, click through rate, and conversion rate really plays a really important role. For
Hmm.
CTR, we can drastically change it, bring it up, bring it down. But for conversion rate, it is very subtle. It increases very slowly, it decreases very, very rapidly. So
Yes.
there are a few things that we need to consider here, because now we know that the people are inside, the traffic is inside our product listing, our PDP, and they're viewing our product. So they are interested a little bit in our product, right?
Hmm.
Now we have to just convince them to purchase the product. First is the images. The images, how well they are designed, whether you have all the benefits and features that the customer want to know written in the drawing or not, or put in the infographics or not, whether you have a lifestyle image showcasing your customer avatar or not,
Hmm.
right? Then we have the product video plays a very important role when it comes to conversion rate, because now people can see how it can look like in real life, right?
Yes.
Then moving down, we see there is a option where we can do virtual bundles. Now, virtual bundles, that is a really cool option, because virtual bundle not only gives seller opportunity to increase the average order value, but it also pushes the competitors ads further down the fold. So
Okay.
a quick tip about virtual bundle is, what we can do, we can go to our purchase product report inside our ads dashboard inside sponsored products,
Hmm.
and purchase product report will give you idea about what products customer clicked as an ad from your catalog, and instead of buying that product, what other products, maybe variation, maybe other products from your catalog they have purchased. So by that you know that okay, this is product A, customer have clicking on that product A, but they're not buying product A, instead they're buying product B, product C from my catalog. So now in that virtual bundle you can put 3 to 5 products, by choosing from those purchase product report which are bought, which have data that they are already being purchased by the customer.
Got it.
Then
Okay.
coming down, we'll see there's a brand story module. Brand
Hmm.
story module now is really important, because it also gives you opportunity to showcase more images for your product or brand, and showcase your story as well. Also, it has few modules where the images are clickable. That means they can click on that image and go to that product listing and purchase that. So here is some cross-selling opportunities that you can get. Obviously, as much possible for your brand to showcase your brand, it is better for us. Then moving down, I think we have a Q&A section. Q&A section is very important because sellers right now don't put a lot of attention to it.
Hmm.
Especially Q&A section, the questions, the answers, the keywords that gets indexed in Amazon algorithm, and that adds up as a keyword in your listing. We can also put videos. A quick way on how to identify good question is, just go to answerthepublic.com, put your product keyword, and it will shoot you all the questions which have high search volume in exact orders. You can put that question, and as a seller, you can answer that. You can have anyone from your friends or family to put that question, because right now there is no restriction to it. And as a seller, you can go and answer that question. And whenever you'll notice one thing, it not only gets indexed in Amazon algorithm, but it also gets indexed, the question, it also gets indexed in Google algorithm. So if you just copy the question in Google search bar, you'll see your product listing will come up. That is really cool thing that sellers should do if they're not doing. Then obviously coming down to the A plus content, which is really important. Now sellers have the opportunity to use premium A plus content. If they have more than 13 or 15 premium A plus content plus brand story in their A science, they are eligible to get premium A plus content, for which Amazon used to charge more than $1,100. Sorry,
Mhm.
$100,000. So right now it is free for sellers, which sellers should use. So these are few things about brand elements that are available right now in sellers' hand that they can use if they're not using it.
That's awesome. You just taught me a few new things that I'm going to implement myself. So that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. Um, how can we dominate our niche, the niche that we're in? How can we dominate as a new seller?
Yeah, so when we talk about dominate, there are a few things. Like I'm guessing you are talking about how to scale your products to the next level where you are right now. That is when you dominate the market, right? So when we talk about scaling your products or your whole catalog, there are a few things that we need to remember. We call it as a checklist. Okay. The
Okay.
first checklist is whether your listing has the right elements to withstand more traffic or not. I
Mhm.
mean, if let's assume there is a cup, okay, and if it is already filled to the top, we cannot pour more water to it, okay. But
Mhm.
if it has some more empty space, we can put more water to it, right? So we have to identify whether our conversion rate is good or not. That is the first thing, and that is the first checklist that you have to consider whether the conversion is good or not, and then only we can increase the traffic. I'm coming to the how to increase traffic point later on. The next thing is market share. Knowing your market share already has some space for you or not.
Mhm.
If you have already dominated the market, then there is very less likely that you will get more market share or more impression. But if there is more opportunity for you in the market, then it is more likely you can scale more, right? So how to identify your market share? There is few reports that are available. First, obviously, you can go to search query performance dashboard to identify impressions of your competitors and yours,
Mhm.
to get an idea about it. The next thing is for brands ads, there is category benchmark report. Category benchmark report basically divides the top competitors in three parts. They name it top tier competitors, top peer competitors, then medium peer competitors, and bottom peer competitors. And it also gives the ACOS that the top peer competitor is having, the impressions they are getting, then also for the median one, for the bottom one, and also gives you your one, like what is your ACOS. You can compare where you are existing, whether you are at the top, in the medium, middle, or at the bottom. So that also gives you idea about the market. The most important report where you will get idea about the market share is search term impression share report. That is available for sponsored products, sponsored brands, not
Mhm.
available for sponsored display right now. So what that report gives you, it gives you all the keywords in which you are running ads on right now, how much impressions you are taking,
Mhm.
and based on that impression, it also ranks you. Okay, that if you're taking maximum market share or impression share, let's assume there are five competitors who are bidding for that keyword A,
Mhm.
and you are getting 50% impression share. That means you are taking half of the market share. The
Mhm.
rest 50% market share is divided in the rest five competitors.
Mhm.
And since you are taking 50%, which is the maximum, you will be ranked one in terms of impression share rank.
Mhm.
If you're ranked two, that means you are at the second position in terms of how much impression share you are getting. It also gives you the ACOS, the conversion rate of that particular keyword for you. Now
Mhm.
you know if your impression rank is, let's say, 5, whereas your ACOS is good, let's say 12%, 12%, and your impression is also good. So you know that, okay, now you can scale a little bit because you are seeing there are four more competitors on top of you
Mhm.
where you can scale. How you scale it now? You just identify which campaigns are using that keyword. Just go to that campaign and increase the bids because you already know you have a good ACOS, you have a good conversion rate. So you can increase the traffic. So I think there's a few opportunities sellers can identify on scaling.
Mhm.
There are a lot of ways to scale your campaigns, like creating separate exact match campaigns, then going further down and creating placement oriented campaigns. A lot of things are there. Yeah.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense. So does advertising play a role in, my Amazon brand?
Yeah, one thing you'll notice is if we talk about organic placements
Mm-hmm.
and if we compare that with ads placements, you'll see
Yeah.
for sponsored products there are so many placements. For sponsored brands, it is numerous. For sponsored display, again, it comes to numerous, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you talk about organic listing, it is so few, very few, right? So there is a saying that the more you get visible to a customer, the more purchase oriented the product becomes. So
Okay.
if we are seeing more to the customer, the more chance of purchasing our product increases.
Yes.
So by only organic, you can get very few sales. And in order to consistently get sales, you need to rank for more keywords.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way to rank for more keywords is starting ads. Because what we have seen is when you start ads for the first time, you'll see the ACoS will be high because
Mm-hmm.
the ads algorithm doesn't know your product.
Yes.
And it also might be your product is new, you have very less reviews, your product has very less conversion rate, and Amazon algorithm doesn't know which keywords can be good fit for your product.
Mm-hmm.
And also in this particular point of launch, sellers make a mistake of starting out broad match campaigns and automatic campaigns because they want to harvest more keywords. But in this particular point, they need to train the algorithm which keywords are relevant for this product.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you should start ads because ultimately ads have so much placements available. You need to be profitable in the long run when you start ads because now you have to calculate the TACOs, total advertising cost of sales. If you're spending $1 in ads, are you getting back $10 in sales? That is 10%. So those are few things that sellers needs to consider if they're planning to start ads.
Yeah. Okay, that makes a lot of sense too. So, can I build a brand on Amazon if I sell a wide range of products in different, categories?
We have seen brands who are selling in different categories, but it becomes tough for them to acquire a customer because what we are seeing is right now ads cost are increasing a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Previously, if the CPC was $2, now the CPC is $3, $4, right? So for them to acquire one customer, it might happen. Let's take example of a vitamin C serum. Okay, it is a damn competitive market.
Mm-hmm.
So let's assume they are selling for $15. What we have seen is it may cost them more than $15 to sell the first product. So now you may ask if they're selling for if their cost if it is costing them $17 to sell a product that sells for $15, they're going negative, right? So now they have to make money through repeat purchase, through selling other products in their catalog that they have. And if they're selling a wide range of products, it becomes hard for the customer to come back and purchase and do the repeat purchase. So what I think is if you are catering to a single customer or single group of customer and making products to serve them, it becomes much more easier to sell that brand and also build that brand. So if you're selling in multiple categories, multiple product lines, it becomes hard. But again, it is up to the brand. If the brand is really famous, they can come up with it and still be profitable. But still, for a new seller, it is better to stay in the same niche, cater to a same audience, in order to
Mm-hmm.
build a good brand and exit from it.
Yeah, got it. So, how do I launch a brand with Amazon PPC?
Yeah, I think this there's a few strategies that we use to launch a product.
Mm-hmm.
Few thing was I mean the thing that we were recently trying is geo ranking. So geo ranking, there is some complexity to it. If I just explain you about the process, so what we did was we figured out what are the top 10 zip codes or mostly populated zip codes in US. Okay,
Okay.
and then we figure out this are our top 10 to 20 competitors which we are going to target in the initial phase, and we have a list of 30 to 40 keywords. What we did was we went to Amazon, we changed the zip codes based on the top 10, and we put the keyword, and we have written down in a sheet where our top 20 competitors are ranking for that zip code for that keyword.
Wow.
By that way, we did the same for all keywords. Now sometimes what happens is Amazon API, they understand that this is a thing that is happening multiple times, they slow you down.
Mm-hmm.
So that thing can also be uh, done by using multiple VPNs or waiting for some time and doing it again.
Mm-hmm.
And then what we did was we identified that out of the top 10 zip codes, which are the weak zip codes. That means weak zip codes means the top competitors are not ranking in the first page. If they're ranking in the first page, they are very at the bottom.
Mhm.
So those are the weak zip codes we need to target first. So how we targeted is, we started with Google Ads, because Google Ads we can target a region, and Amazon DSP. In Amazon DSP also we can target a region. Okay. So we targeted a region, and then we started getting orders from that particular zip code. Once we started getting a consistent order from that zip code, Amazon started to push our inventory to the warehouse near to that zip code, or to that zip code. And once the inventory was there, we started getting more orders. And that is a cool way to rank for a keyword at a zip code at a regional basis, to get some good ranking. And next thing that you can do is with PPC. What
Mhm.
we do with PPC is generally the same 30-40 relevant keywords that we identified out of the top 20 competitors. We
Mhm.
start with exact match campaign and phrase match campaign. Each
Okay.
campaign has 4 to 5 keywords, not more than that. And same with phrase match campaign as well. The role of phrase match campaign is to identify long tail version of the exact match that we have.
Mhm.
After a week, we generally start automatic campaigns. For automatic campaigns, we create 12 campaigns. In automatic campaigns, you will see there are 4 targeting groups: close match, loose match, substitute, complements.
Mhm.
We even break each targeting into placements, like top of the search, product page, rest of the search. Now, for sellers, rest of the search is also, we can adjust the placements of rest of the search. Now it is available through API only, but sellers should get access to it in quite a few time. So that is a normal strategy that we are using. Apart from that, we use Google Ads as well. And yeah, that is how it is done.
That is very interesting. That's so cool. Okay, how do I increase my CTR and lower my A costs, especially as a new seller in the beginning?
Yeah, I think this is a really interesting question, because what we call CTR as a doctor of ads.
Yeah.
So it can tell you what is wrong with your product listing, or it can tell you
Mhm.
what is wrong with your ads, whether your
Yeah.
ad is performing or not. So there are
Mhm.
a few things about CTR, click through rate. If I just explain you what is click through rate, how many impressions you are getting versus
Mhm.
how many people are clicking on your ad. So any CTR of more than 0.4% is considered as good in our market. So
Mhm.
let's assume your CTR is less than that. What are
Mhm.
the things you need to look at? CTR is generally influenced by only few things. If I just talk about your own listing, first comes your main image. Whether your main image can tell the customer within 2 seconds what the product you are selling, they can understand it within 2 seconds or not.
Yes.
If it cannot grab their attention within 2 to 3 seconds, it is not a good main image.
Mhm.
Next is your title. Your title, it must have the main keyword into it. Plus, if you have a unique selling proposition or unique selling point that you can add, it is better to add it on the title. You have to also consider that in mobiles, only first 79 to 80 characters are shown. So make
Mhm.
sure you have that keyword in the first 70 to 80 characters. Or if in desktop, it should show around 120 characters. Then comes the reviews and ratings, which is really important. Then the price and the delivery time, because if I'm paying right now for something, I want it delivered as soon as possible. So delivery time is really influences a lot in CTR. How many people are going to click on that ad or not, it really influences a lot. Then if our ad has any coupons into it, digital coupons that can tell save $5 off or save 5% off, all those things, that increases the CTR a lot. Also, there are a few things which are not related to your product, which are related to your competitor's product. If a competitor is changing their price, if a competitor is changing their main image, if your ranking is fluctuating or they are ranking at your place, then fifth point is, if you are not targeting to the right audience, that means the targeting is not proper. If you're using, let's say you're selling a cat product and your keyword has dog into it, that is an irrelevant audience, right? So relevancy of your keywords really influences whether the audience quality will be good or not, and what audience quality really impacts your CTR. So these are a
Mhm.
few things that you need to check. So create a checklist that these are things I'm going to check if the CTR falls down.
That makes sense. Yeah, got that. So, what are some important reports that we can take a look at? Can you name a few for us?
Yeah, definitely. I think we talked about search to impression share report, which is really
Mhm.
important to understand how much market share you can scale more into.
Yeah.
Next is in the same sponsored products, you will see purchase product report, for which you can identify if customer is clicking on your ad and instead of buying that product, they are buying which product from your catalog. So it can
Mhm.
also give you idea about a hot selling variation that you have, or it can also give you idea about hot selling product that you're not focusing so much through ads. Next is also through purchase product report, you can create virtual bundles. Next report would be in your sponsored brands, that is category benchmark report. Category benchmark report, it gives you idea about where you are versus where the top competitors are, how much
Mhm.
difference you have with them, so that you can push more. Uh, yeah, I think this will be few reports that are really important right now. Obviously, search term report is really important, and this are
Mhm.
few I think.
Those are good. Those are good to start off with. Those are
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you for that. The main factors that contribute to low CTRs or conversion rates in Amazon ad campaigns, and how sellers can solve those issues. Just some examples.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we talked about CTR just a little bit, but we haven't talked about conversion rate, right? So let me talk about that. So conversion rate, we talked about CTR, how we call it, a doctor of ads. Now let's
Mhm.
assume people are into our listing. We have
Yeah.
to convert them, right? So when you talk about conversion rate, obviously the images plays a very important role. Then comes to the videos. Video has to be really good and crisp. Then we have, right now bullet points have lost their importance a lot. Even you will see Amazon is testing it out, they're removing bullet points sometimes and they're bringing on again back sometimes. Then we have the brand story module, which is really important right now to showcase more images of your products, of your brands, other products that you can showcase. Then comes the A plus content. I'm assuming you are a normal seller, you are not getting access to premium A plus content, whether you're showcasing other products through comparison chart or not. That is really important that you need to showcase, because you get opportunity to cross sell other products. Moving down, we have Q&A section, which is really important. We talked about how you can influence Q&A section
Mhm.
for your Amazon product SEO and Google SEO. Then coming down, the first page reviews, because now you'll notice one thing. Previously Amazon used to show those reviews which have got highest helpful votes. Now Amazon shows the most recent reviews. So there is an option, if you have a negative review in that first page and you
Mhm.
get some good positive reviews, maybe by rolling back to Vine program you get some good positive reviews, that negative review can go back to the second page, and in second page customers generally don't go. So
Mhm.
this are a few most important thing that influences the conversion, and only optimizing this would drastically increase your conversion rate.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Well, those are all the questions that I have for today, Sammy. I just want to thank you so much because you are extremely knowledgeable. And again, you've taught me a few things here too. So, I just want to say to my followers, if you have any questions, leave them below and I'll definitely try to answer you. Sammy, do you have anything else you want to say?
No, I think just follow Vanessa's videos. It is really knowledgeable. She is sharing her journey. So let's hit a like and subscribe to this channel.
And all that. Okay. Well, thank you, Sammy, again. And I will hope to do this sometime soon again. This was awesome and
Yeah,
great. I
definitely.
appreciate it.
Thank you
I
so
really
much. Bye bye.
appreciate
Take
it.
care.
Take care. Bye bye.